Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new save here on Total Extreme Wrestling 9 on the channel. The year is 1997 and things are about to get crazy, hopefully, in the world of professional wrestling. 1997, pretty big year for the industry, but what we've done is slightly different. We've used the 1992 Chronicles mod by Fleisch. We have simulated 5 years into the future and created our own wrestling company. This is a local to global. We are going to try and become the #1 company in the world. It's going to be nigh on impossible with the success of the World Wrestling Federation, but what's a challenge, eh? So the reason for this is I could have started in 1992, but we've got a few other people who've done 1992 local to globals, and to spice it up a little bit, I figured simulate into the future so the world's a bit different to what it would have been at the start. Create our own company. And we're doing our own company in Scotland, my home country. We'll go over the company in a moment, but first, just to show you that we have simulated years and years worth of news. As you can see, bankruptcies, booking positions available, all that fun jazz. I am finally going to be able to delete all of that garbage now though. And before we look at my company, we're going to have a look at the state of the world. So the World Wrestling Federation is, of course, humongous. They've got Sting on their roster now, so that's interesting. World Championship Wrestling obviously second, New Japan third, PWFG is fourth, CMLL fifth, etc. You can see the list for yourself here. I will very quickly just tap through them as I talk. And as you can see, everyone's got money, everyone's a decent size, so the world is pretty well populated at this point. And it's going to be fun, hopefully. That's going to pretty much do it really for clicking through. If we have a quick little look as to who has gone bust as well, or inactive, anybody standing out? So we've got AULL, the AWA, which obviously we knew, but that was pre-save anyway. Border City Wrestling went, CCW went, CWUSA's went, they got it. Yeah, so no one really surprising has gone in the world. So it's pretty much how it was. We'll quickly look for some titles as well. So the titles in the World Wrestling Federation, the Stinger is a 3-time champion in the WWF. IRS is inexplicably a 3-time Intercontinental Champion. King of the Ring has been won recently by Earthquake, Ricky Steamboat, Ron Simmons, and IRS. The Royal Rumble by Savage, and once by Flair, and the tag champions are, of course, the 3-time champions of Kato and Brutus the Barber Beefcake, who've defeated the 6 times champions Beverly Brothers, which is wild. Big Boss Man and Sid Justice, so that's a pretty cool tag team. And in WCW, the Cruiserweight champion is Tom Pritchard, the US champion is Rick Rude for the 3rd time. The World Heavyweight Champion is Dustin Rhodes. I really actually love that. He just won it 10 days ago, so I'm assuming at Starrcade. The Tag Champs are the Patriot and Marcus Alexander Bagwell, and the TV Champion is Road Warrior Hawk. And just quickly, the IWGP Champion is Shinya Hashimoto. Juniors Koji Kanemoto. Tag Team Champs Akira and Takashi Iizuka. Best of Super Juniors won by Dust Karas recently. G1 Climax by Jushin Liger. Hulk Hogan's won it twice, which begs the question as to where he is in this world. Where is Hulk Hogan in this world, actually? Obviously, he just died in real life. Where is Hulk? Ignore the research I had there, by the way. That was just to get us through some guys. Hulk Hogan is not employed by anyone. We had a scandal. Oh. And they say, these things don't mirror real life. Hulk Hogan was caught up in a sex scandal. Jesus Christ. Okay, and he's been unemployed for a year and a half. Okay, anyway, that's like the base of the world. If you want to see anything in particular, drop a comment and I'll try and get to it in episode 2. But let's look at what we've done. We have formed Castle Pro Wrestling. Based in Edinburgh, we have one show every month called Live in Edinburgh. Very creative, I know. And I figured I'm from Edinburgh, and the British scene in the 90s wasn't exactly hot at all, and that shows by how we've managed to put some contract offers out to. But we've got the company here. We're going to go a bit differently. So like normally when you look at the size, we're obviously 0 everywhere. We need to get 17 popularity in Scotland to make tiny size, 35 to get small, and then like rather than having to do all of like the US or Mexico or Japan, we just need to get to medium size by being decently big in the UK. And then obviously big also just in the UK. International, we don't have to get the international expansion until we get through Europe. The problem is there's not lots of broadcasters in the UK, so like that's going to slow down some progress as well. And again, I really can't stress how poor some of the talent's going to be. Title belts, we've got one title. It will be the Scottish and National Championship. That's going to be our world title possibly down the line if we're ever successful enough and don't go out of business. We have 0 money. Merchandise, I am already going to start upgrading that now. I should have done that off camera. We need to get the levels up a few points because we will not make money otherwise. Ticket prices, we're going to make them 3 because we just need people in the door for the first few shows. We can then put up to very cheap to start trying to claw some money back. And yeah, that's kind of the main things here. Product wise, I suppose I can quickly show you. We are going to just go with the no style because it's probably the easiest style to book. I suppose the only thing is it doesn't say we're going to get much sponsorship, so I might have to see what our sponsorship estimates are going to be, and if it's going to be really low we might have to change that up in the future. But for now, I think the priority is getting decent ratings on the shows and going from there. We are Bookerman, that's our character name. If you've ever seen my Football Manager series, you know it's always Manager Man. Bookerman is listed as American and 25, neither of those things are true. But he's got a decent reputation and literally no skill otherwise. He's pretty useless. He's not going to be a road agent or anything. What I'm going to do is pause for a moment. We'll come back in a few days once we've got some of our roster put together. And we'll probably do the first show in this first episode, I think. But we'll be back in just a moment. And I'll show you who we've somehow managed to dredge up from the poor state of the British wrestling scene. Okay, it's been a few days in game, only like 5 minutes in real life, and as you can see there's some names listed here. And if we have a little look at the roster, we've got Bookerman obviously. We have signed some people. Now beware, these guys are pretty bad, but I'll show you why in a moment. So we've got Colin Mackay, a Scottish wrestler, 19 years old. He looks older than 19 in that picture. He's pretty bad. He's also apparently a road agent, which, sure, we're probably not going to use him as a road agent. He's not really good at anything, but his fundamentals are like okay. We also have Crazy Sexy Mike, who's German, but he's based in Northern England. He is decent enough. I mean, he's got literally 0 popularity in the world. He's got 8 in Scotland, which is okay. It's better than some other people will have. Basics are okay. Primaries are okay. You can do colour commentary apparently, so that's something. We also have a 24-year-old Doug Williams. Now, Doug Williams, obviously we all know who Doug Williams is from watching Ring of Honor, TNA, Noah, British wrestling in general. Legend of the game. 24-year-old. At this point in time, 3 years experience, based in Northern England. Amazing basics. Pretty good performance stats and pretty solid primary stats as well. He is definitely going to be a real feature of our roster. Good popularity in Scotland as well. 12. Could be our first ever national champion. We have Frankie Sloan, 26, also based from Northern England. He's he's consistently safe and he's got good stamina. And that's kind of it. So that's Frankie Sloan. Decent popularity again. We then have James Mason, a 17-year-old James Mason. 3 years, based in Scotland, so that's also good. I mean, he's very average. He's got good popularity in Scotland at 15. Decent technical, so I mean him versus Doug Williams, that could be a potential decent match to run on the first show. Yep, that's James Mason. Johnny Storm, obviously if you're familiar with the early days of the independents, CZW, Johnny Storm was a big import deal at that time, him coming over. I've completely blanked on who his opponent always was, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, Johnny Storm, good high flyer. I mean, he's going to grow into a better one, hopefully. Decent basics and decent performance skills as well. Definitely one for the future. He's only 19 with 1 year of experience. Michael Kovac, 26-year-old Austrian. He's fine. Again, nothing amazing here. Decent technicals again. And his popularity is pretty good with a 13. So yep, that's Michael Kovac. Pierre Fontaine, he's Frenchman. Solid, I would say. Solid. Could improve his basics and fundamentals, but good enough at this point. We've got Roughneck, a 22-year-old English wrestler based in Northern England again. Really good basics and fundamentals. Solid performance stats here at the top end with charisma. And he's okay in the ring. Brawling's okay. Technicals are okay. Can't really complain too much. And his popularity is pretty good. Scotland at 18. And Steve Wilde, another Englishman based in Northern England. He's alright, isn't he? He's a pretty good all-rounder. He's got no popularity in Scotland. He's got some in Canada, of all places. He must have worked in Canada somewhere. But yeah, based in Northern England. Good stuff overall. Genuinely might be our road agent for the time being. With the 55 experience and 77 reputation. Because the problem we've got is the pool of workers is not great. So we obviously don't want to pay lots of money. So we want someone who can be based in Europe. And ideally based near Scotland. Now if we look at the British Isles and we filter this by road agents, this is who we've got. Now we don't have any money, so 900 is like too much money. So like 700, 800, 40, that's Colin Mackay who we've got on the roster. 600, 400, 400, 400, 800, 290, 1600, 500, 240, 500, 230 and 1200. So road agent, we're kind of screwed unless we pay like a lot of money for like a Mark Rocco. And looking at those stats, you kind of think, oh, maybe that's worthwhile. But I think we're going to run a show. And Steve Wilde might just have to not wrestle or have one match with a really bad rating. The other issue is referees. So if we look at the 4 referees available, 270, 130, 70. So this guy's based in Southern England. He's a good ref. And we'll probably sign him at 70. But we're going to have to pay for his travel, which is very annoying. But we need him. We need a ref. So yeah, that's kind of the situation we're in. There's not a lot of talent available. If we look at the wrestlers to hire, there's a few names. But again, if I very quickly just tab through them all, I mean, like Alex Shane, I don't think we want to hire Alex Shane anyway. But like Southern England, I don't really want to pay lots of travel unless it's for somebody who's incredibly worth it. And like guys like him and Andy Jacks, like is Andy Jacks better than what we've got? You know, who else have we got who's cheap? Let's have a little scroll. £30 Dirt Bike Kid. I mean, he's not very good, is he? Who else is going to pop under the 50? Jody Fleisch. That's the guy's name who faced off against Johnny Storm. We're going to shortlist Jody Fleisch because he's only 16, which feels a bit too young to bring someone in. And he's currently based in Wales. We could ask him to come closer, and he doesn't want to leave Wales. But someone to keep an eye on. Then we've got... Who else have we got? £40 Lexus. He's based in... He never came up early. He's based in Northern England. Lexus, my son, come in, join us for 6 months. Okay, that's another body in. Mad Dog McPhee. Really good basics and fundamentals. Solid. We're going to shortlist him. Mark Sloan. Pretty rotten. Nikki Monroe, we don't have a women's division as of yet. I should have probably filtered this to be men only, but that's fine. Scott Parker, not that one. Not very good. Who else do we have? The Dominator. I mean, I actually quite like the idea of the Dominator, but we'd have to pay for his travel. But we'll shortlist the Dominator. Zebra Kid, very young. But again, someone to keep an eye on. Tim Wilde. I mean, the basics are okay. We'll shortlist him just for the future. And we could sign UK Undertaker. And I know there's going to be some of you freaks who want me to sign UK Undertaker. And he's got really good fundamentals. He's based in Wales. Should we sign UK... We're going to shortlist UK Undertaker. And we've got Ultimo Shingon, who's also based in... These guys must have moved over for the tour, I assume. I mean, he's not very good though, is he? Well, you know what? Bodies are always good. So, come on in for 6 months. We're not covering his travel, so that's fine. But yeah, so we've got a referee hopefully on the way. What I'm going to do is, I'm probably just going to skip ahead 20 days and book the first Castle Pro Wrestling show. If anything comes up before then, we will come back. Otherwise, I will see you for our very first show. And we are live in Edinburgh for the first ever Castle Pro Wrestling show in front of 45 people here at a generic venue in Scotland. I had some ideas of venues that I wanted to use, but for some reason they never came up when I imported them, so we'll have to sort of go from there. There's a few Edinburgh based venues that might not be time period accurate, but I want to use. Anyway, the card is very simple tonight. We've got 2 tag matches and a battle royal for the main event. The battle royal will determine our first ever national champion. And it's a bit of a thrown together show, obviously, because we don't know anything about these guys yet. So we're going to establish who's got good ratings, who's worth keeping an eye on. So, for example, in this match, Michael Kovac with a 32, Johnny Storm with a 30. But really, nobody's bad. 20 is the lowest rating. It gets a 25 overall in the first ever match in company history. Crazy Sexy Mike, James Mason and Michael Kovac defeat Frankie Sloan, Johnny Storm and Lexus when Crazy Mike pins Johnny Storm with a moonsault. I left this to, what you call it, the booker, like the auto booker pick the winner. I figured, let's not pick winners tonight. We're going to see what the dice rolls us. Colin McKay did a terrible job as a road agent, which is not a surprise. But still, 25 overall is pretty good. Everybody's gimmick, I mean, varies from very good, awful, very good. Few awfuls, that's fine. We can deal with them as time goes on. It's not really that big a deal. And in our following match, we got a 27 as Doug Williams and Ultimo Shingon defeated Pierre Fontaine and Steve Wilde when Doug Williams pinned Pierre Fontaine with the Chaos Fury. Doug Williams with a 34, best guy in the match, but everyone pretty solid again. Everyone's gimmick's awful, except Doug Williams. And the road agent, terrible. And neither of these guys work as partners, which is good to know. These are the things that you learn on your first couple shows. Again, didn't pick a winner for this one. I'm happy they went with Doug. So that's good. Crowd's white hot. We've got a few segments to kill the crowd now. We have a promo with Doug Williams. After the win, says tonight he becomes the first ever Scottish national champion and nobody is going to be able to stop him in his tracks. 32 is actually better than I thought it was going to be. We then get a 30 afterwards as Crazy Sexy Mike and Johnny Storm agree to team up tonight to eliminate 8 other men and have it be last man standing in tonight's Battle Royal. And in the build up to the ring, so we're having all the entrances going on, we have Roughneck coming down and attacking Ultimo Shingon on his way to the ring. While Shingon's getting help to the back, he's no longer able to compete. Roughneck says, I'm entering this match. I'm going to become the first ever champion. And in said main event, Roughneck wins the Battle Royal in just over 10 minutes. The order of elimination, Lexus gone out. Then Johnny Storm, we can pretend Crazy Sexy Mike just chucked him over the top rope. Pierre Fontaine was next. Doug Williams, a surprise early elimination. Crazy Sexy Mike. Colin Mackay lasting as long as he did. James Mason, Frankie Sloan, and it came down to Michael Kovac and Roughneck. And Roughneck wins the Castle Pro Scottish National Championship. A 31 overall was pretty solid. Colin Mackay with his game and Steve Well was a bad road agent. But that's all fine. That's all fine. And the show overall gets a 25. So that's good. I'm happy with that, to be honest. I didn't pick Roughneck to win. I just want to point this out. I did not pick the winner of the Battle Royal. I just wanted to create an angle, and I thought I need to vary up the angles from just promos. So I thought, we'll have this Roughneck guy take out one of the guys in the match and enter it, and he ends up winning the title. 25 overall. Our show was flat because we didn't meet the creative energy requirement. I forgot to add people to the booking team, so we'll do that in a moment. Let's address the locker room. Let's address Roughneck. Well done, Roughneck. Great performance. And also Doug Williams with a good performance. We'll praise both of those guys. They're both happy. We lost nearly $1,000 on the show, which seems like a lot, but I suppose we used everyone on this first show. We will not be using everyone going forward, but it is what it is. We're going to lose money for a little while. We do go up to 1 in Scotland though, which is the most positive part of the entire thing. And a good show. I feel like it's a good show overall. It's a good start. We've got our first ever champion. We have an immediate, obvious match to do next month, which is Roughneck against Ultimo Shingon. And I think I'm going to pre-book that in now so I remember to do it. We're going to definitely use less guys going forward. So we obviously used about 13 people, I think, on that show, including like the referee. It's 12, 13 people. We're not going to use that every week, obviously. We will every month. We will have to obviously reduce these numbers down. But good start. We're up 1 popularity point. The feedback has been it's better than expected, which is always good. Again, the money's terrible. The sponsorship is 134 is not too bad. I think we'll be fine. I think we will be fine. Obviously, we've got Roughneck, our first ever champion. He's got the very good basics and decent performance as well. He's got good popularity in Scotland. It's actually gone up 1 point since we put the title on him. And yeah, Roughneck, whoever the hell Roughneck is our first ever national champion. He will be facing Ultimo Shingon. I know it's a heel, but we're going to kind of just ignore the face heel thing for now. And yeah, good show. Good show overall, if you ask me. Let's look at the booking team. I have no booking energy, so we can add Colin Mackay, and his personality is not well suited, but we're going to add him anyway because I've got nobody else to hang out with. While we're here, we should probably look at our inner circle. Do we have anyone who can be the trainer? I'm going to assume Doug can do it. No, he can't. Okay. Senior referee, I mean, have fun, Martin. You're the man. Head of talent relations, have fun, Martin. And morale officer, anybody who we want for this? I mean, we could do Crazy Sexy Mike in that role. He's got good personality. I don't imagine we've got anyone in here. The referee, you know, screw it. Martin Warren, referee. The referee is a hard man. Why is he so tough? Is everybody else so weak that the 52-year-old referee is the big hard man of the group? Oh well. Senior road agent, we have like no one, so that's fine. Yeah, decent show. First ever champion, Roughneck, and obviously next month we can just get pre-booked now. Actually, while I remember to do it, let's just pre-book right now for the Scottish National Championship. It will be Roughneck taking on Ultimo Shingon, who I can't search for because I don't have the fancy thing on my keyboard. So there's our main event for next month. Let me know what you think of the first show. Let me know what you think of the roster. I know it's not a great roster, but we can't spend a lot of money on some of these guys. We're already spending like 40 on a few guys, which is more than I would want to pay, and 70 for the ref. That hasn't stopped me though. Before I booked this show, we have someone probably coming in, and I'm not going to show you who currently. I think I'm going to leave it a little bit of surprise. I'm going to let you guess. Let me just say, he's a luchador. He's for some reason now based in Northern England. He must have been on a tour. And he's willing to work for us. Let me just say, 1997, he would have been arguably at his peak at this point in WCW. And we are going to have what I would consider a name person. The game, he's probably not anywhere near a name person, but I would consider him a pretty significant name to be on our second show tomorrow in a couple of days' time. And yeah, let me know your predictions as to who it possibly could be. I'm not going to give you any clues, because I'm horrible that way. But if you've enjoyed it, thanks so much for watching and liking and subscribing and all of those good things. We'll be back in a few days' time for episode 2. The format will probably be to do a few shows per episode, because just one show is very quick. So I think we'll do about maybe 3 or 4 shows per episode and just try and rampage through this a little bit. But thanks so much for watching. See you guys in a few days' time. Enjoy the WCW save at the same time as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks and goodbye.